Welcome back. Thank you so much for checking in with Mikki and Baron at Connecting the Dots. We have a couple of really fun, well, they're fun to me, but some exciting topics that we're going to discuss today. I'm going to let Baron lead the way with what we're going to talk about. But before we get going with that, I'm just going to ask that you like and subscribe to our channel so that you can stay abreast of all of the amazing things that we're doing with Kicking Cancer, really educating and supporting people through their journey.
Yeah. And for those that don't know where to go, you go to YouTube. It's Kicking Cancer Productions. Mm-hmm. When you get there, on the very far right, it says playlist, because we actually have 3 options for you now.
Okay.
We have the radio show that's called You Don't Know What You Don't Know. And then we have the Connecting the Dots with you and I. And there's a third option if you wanted to see really short versions of either one of these. What I can tell the listeners that's really kind of cool, Mikki, is because of the amount of people that are seeing this stuff, I think like 10 or 15 of the most popular episodes you're in. Just hit popular, and your face just keeps showing up.
I'm mouthy. Apparently, people need to hear that.
And you're way prettier than me, too, so that always helps,
there's
too.
That. Anyway, short version, like and subscribe that you get to hear more of what we have to say.
Yeah.
Really important topics.
Because the reality is that you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And we're just trying to educate you. And for those that are just kind of familiar with the Kicking Cancer message, this organization was formed so we could empower people to thrive through that cancer journey with support and education. We started in Salem, Oregon. There's a really thriving community up here in Vancouver, but you don't know what you don't know, and there's a lot of stuff out there that is just misinformation.
Yeah.
And so we're just trying to connect those dots for people.
And just so you know, a lot of research goes into this, so we're not just spouting off nothingness. There's really, thanks to the research guy over there, and I have a lot of experience in the wellness industry. So let's unpack this thing.
We're going to
get
dive
started.
heavily into your experience on this episode. There is a company that I found recently called LifeWave.
Yeah.
And I think you're kind of familiar with this company.
I don't know that I've ever been so excited about one particular thing.
Well, I'll just tell you that I wasn't really familiar with the company. And I will be the first one to admit that you told me and I wasn't listening. Maybe it's a man thing. I don't know. But a second person told me about it.
It's normal to have to hear things again and again.
What?
It's normal.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just called you a setting on the dryer. Normal is a setting on the dryer. Anyway, said all that to say.
Yes. But so bottom line is someone made me aware of this particular product. And it was been almost 2.5 years ago. I came up here to the Vancouver area. I did a Spartan race just east of town, and it's a 3-mile course, and it's at a BMX. It's at a motorcycle place, so it's actually designed for motorcycles, not for humans. Mm-hmm. And as I'm going on this course, I step on this rock and I roll my ankle, about a 1/10 of the mile in. I didn't realize how bad it was, so I thought, well, just keep going. Except your obstacles are, there's like this 80-pound ball that you carry, and so I'm putting a lot of stress on my ankle. That was 2.5 years ago. And I had tried everything I could think of to get that pain to go away. It was the inflammation in my ankle that wouldn't go away. So when I heard about this, someone explained the technology. We're going to go deeper into the technology. But what I can say is in one day, it went away.
You said something
away.
really interesting that I want to circle back to. You said I did everything that I could think of. He did everything that he knew about.
I went to chiropractors. Yeah. I went to their therapy. I did this stuff called voodoo tape, which helps with the blood flow to your ankle. I tried everything, and I was trying normal modalities that Western med, and I was trying other options, and they weren't working. And then someone explained to me this simple technology, a
little patch.
And I hope the camera, it's very simple patch.
I don't know if it's showing up.
But so my first question.
There
it is. My first question to Mikki is, what do these patches do?
Well, the big, long, fancy term for it is photobiomodulation. So
One more time.
Photobiomodulation.
Photo is light. Photo is light. Bio being body.
Modulation.
Monitoring.
So essentially it's phototherapy. Okay. And what they do is they take your body's own natural light and heat and they reflect it back into you. And it uses a crystalline pattern with salt and sugar. So it's all organic, and it literally reflects your body's own energy back into itself, activating the GHKCU copper peptides. What does that mean?
Okay, so
that's your next question.
Well, so there's a question, but then there's something in my mind. Like everything you said was English, and I'm not sure what you said.
Okay.
But you know what? I don't know how my car works, but when I turn the key, my car works.
Okay.
I really do not have a degree in computational physics, so I don't know how computers work, but when I hit a few buttons, my computer works. So my point to the audience is you don't have to know how it works, but what I do know is it did work.
Yeah. So you put the patch on, and what happened?
I put the patch on, and almost immediately I had this warming sensation. And within 12 hours, the pain in my ankle went from an 8 to a 2. Within 12 hours, the pain in my ankle that I could not get under control went from an 8 to a 2.
And now you see why I'm so excited about these things.
But let me circle back. The benefits of activating your GHK-CU. All English, I don't know what that means.
Copper peptides, essentially.
Oh, and I forgot that.
Yeah.
So
essentially,
activate copper. What does all that mean, Mikki?
It means that they activate your stem cells.
Okay.
And
that one I do know.
Okay, so you've heard of stem cells. A lot of people is sort of, a hot topic buzzword right now is stem cells, and you can go to a clinic and have stem cells injected. It's $20,000 to $30,000. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Where do these stem cells come from?
Right.
Usually,
which
babies,
is kind of a controversial topic.
Yeah, it just sounds like cannibalism to me. I'm not down for it. What these do is they activate your own body's healing cells. Essentially, that's what a stem cell is. It's a healing cell. They're the master healers. So if you get a cut, your body goes to work and it starts activating. It scabs up and magically, wonk wonk, your body heals itself.
So that my next question was going to be, what do stem cells do?
Okay.
So you're saying that where there's stem cells in our body, and if I get a cut, then the stem cells go to work to heal that cut up.
Right. So there's a problem. By the time you're 30, approximately 50% of your stem cells are dormant.
Crap, that was half a lifetime ago for me.
Right. So by the time you're 60, most of them are dormant. The good news is that they're not dead. They're just they go to sleep.
Well, I'm
they're
glad
not
to say
active.
I'm not dead, that they're not dead.
That's really good news. But it's also, if you think about it, as we age, we heal slower.
Sure.
And by activating your healing cells, then your body now has the ability to heal itself faster. And there's a couple of amazing things about these little patches is that it sounds rude. They don't care what's wrong. What I mean by that is they're systemic. So they're activating your healing cells, and then your healing cells can go to work and do that. They'll prioritize whatever you've got going on. So if I hurt my knee and I was hoping to get some resolution from my knee pain, and I was wearing these patches and I wasn't feeling any resolution from my knee pain, doesn't mean they're not working. Like, they work 100% of the time for 100% of people. There's over 150 patents on these things. The science is there. We can drop a link into the description where you can actually go and look up.
If you're looking right here, it's probably showing up right here right now. And one of our two producers will probably do that for us. They'll put the link.
Thank God for those techie people.
We love the techie producers that we have.
But so the science is there. We know that the patches work 100% of the time for 100% of the people. 97% of people will notice a noticeable difference within 90 days. So we know they work. It's just not negotiable.
I noticed a noticeable difference within 12 hours.
So that's what we call a one-patch wonder.
What?
Not everybody.
Got that title,
not
finally.
everybody experiences that. So sometimes people will come to me like, "Well, I tried that and I didn't really feel anything." Awesome. It doesn't mean it isn't working. It's working under the surface. So circling back to kicking cancer, a lot of times people get their diagnosis, regardless of whether it's any kind of I call it a vulnerable diagnosis, whether it's cancer, canker sores, fibromyalgia, loop, whatever it is. what the diagnosis comes as the tip of the iceberg. What's been happening underneath the surface has been happening for years. And so when you activate your healing cells, it can go to work underneath the surface. So a lot of times it's just things that you don't see and or feel. So even though you might not feel it, we know they're working, which is phenomenal. So circling back to when people go and get stem cell therapy injections, they're crazy expensive. Sometimes it works, sometimes they don't. Bad news, you have to do it again and again.
Yeah.
So now we have the ability to activate our healing cells, and it's not even that expensive.
Well, and I know for me personally, and I want to get into this in a second because there's like 3 different types of patches, and we can talk.
There's a lot of different kinds of patches, but keep it simple,
to keep it simple,
you're going to complicate this. We're going to talk about the X39. That's all we're going to talk about.
And that's what I was going to say. So that one, it's called the X39. That one was, I don't remember the exact number, but it was less than $200 a month. It was between $100 and $200 a month.
It's $100 a month
for a 30-day supply of these patches.
Yeah.
Now, the mistake that I made, I realize now in listening to you, is like, oh, it hurts, so I put the patch on. Oh, it doesn't hurt, so I didn't put the patch on.
Oh, yeah.
Shocking. Baron didn't listen twice. But it's working whether you feel it or not.
Right.
And there's a phrase that we've used more than once with cancer that if you're doing what we're talking about, if you're eating real food, if you're getting exercise, if you're using the patches, and you go, well, nothing's working, nothing's happening. You don't know. If you do this, you'll have no idea how many diseases you did not get.
Right.
You will never know how many diseases you did not get.
I don't even want to know. I do want to say one thing real quick. I don't know how much time we have left, but there are instances where the patches don't work, or sometimes people detox. And what we have found is the only time that the patches don't work, they're dehydrated.
Oh, I have my water.
Weird, right? So, and they are low in electrolytes, so they're lacking minerals. So water and minerals are conductors of energy in your body. Well, the patches are energy. They're light. And by activating that, in order to conduct energy better in your body, you have to be hydrated and have proper minerals. So the good news is that LifeWave is coming out with a water machine called X2O.
Wow.
It's not even been released yet. I'm super excited about it.
So anyone that has followed this show in the past, and I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 episodes ago, maybe 2 episodes ago, but we talked about how you had your own cancer situation.
Yeah.
And then after the cancer situation, then you found
hydrogen water.
Hydrogen water, right?
And I'm super excited about it. So this new water product it's very different from the water that we have now at Vibrant Health Wellness. It's in addition, it literally reverses cellular age.
Wow.
I'm not talking anti-age. I'm talking clinically proven, the science is there, to reverse aging. I'm like, sign me up. Sign me up right now.
I think this is a really good time because what I do know, since we were here last time, our staff with our YouTube channel has done a phenomenal job. We're over 23,000 views. If anyone out there is listening and you mentioned the Vibrant
Health
Wellness, how do they find you and how do they find this location?
Okay. VibrantHealthWellnessCenter.com or VibrantHealthVancouver.com will bring you to our website and get you to our address. VibrantHealthVancouver@gmail.com will get you in direct contact with me.
And you're here in Vancouver, Washington?
Yeah, I'm here in Vancouver, Washington.
And you're on 162nd
and 4th Plane.
Yeah,
so
and
on
I
the
do
east side of
know
Vancouver.
for those that use your GPS, it's going to take you to the Safeway.
I can't fix Google. I don't know why.
But just know that if you plug Mikki's address in, because we had that issue today, it's gonna, if you see a Safeway, you're at the right spot. Then just come around the corner. But
we face 4th Plane, kitty corner from McDonald's. Not my favorite restaurant, but it's a good landmark.
It's a landmark. But the great thing is they can come in here and you have multiple modalities.
Yeah.
You have alkaline water, you have light therapy, and now you have these amazing patches.
We also have hyperbaric oxygen. We have sound therapy.
And if someone wants more information on the hyperbaric chambers, they can go to the other podcast. You don't know what you don't know, and we did an entire episode down in Salem about hyperbaric chambers, so you can actually see how those things work too.
Yeah. And really, like, cancer thrives in an oxygen-deprived acidic environment. And
So I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
Say it one more time. So there was a gentleman in the 1940s, and we've talked about this before. Oxygen thrives in an oxygen-deprived.
Dr. Otto Warburg, 1931.
Oxygen-deprived.
Won Nobel Prizes.
And what he said environment
was that cancer thrives in an oxygen-deprived acidic environment.
So if I can find a way to get myself oxygen-rich and alkaline, I'm going to avoid all kinds of problems.
Yeah,
including cancer.
Let me just say that, drinking water with baking soda in it is not going to make your body alkaline. It's going to make your pee alkaline.
Yeah.
So the caveat is you have to get good things into the cells, meaning oxygen and nutrients, and you have to get bad things out of the cells, meaning the acidic waste. So when you drive good hydration into your cells, and then it drives the acidic waste out of the cells. It's really about the cells being oxygenated, being hydrated, and being able to remove the acidic waste, because it's not really about what you're ingesting, it's about what you're absorbing. And since you can't fill a cup that's already full, when you drink the right water and you get good hydrogen, good oxygen into your cells, it drives out the acidic waste.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have hijacked that phrase and said, well, cancer can't live in an alkaline environment. That's a half truth. Get the full sentence.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the other thing I love about what you said about all of this is we're bringing you another modality.
Yeah.
And this modality allows your body to heal itself.
I mean, really, it's, I'm all about the power tools, the tools for transformation to help you take your power back and give you the tools.
It's kind of your phrase.
Take your power back. So it's all about, finding the shortcuts and the ways that help your body heal itself that are affordable and effective.
Affordable and effective.
Affordable and effective. Like
there's a very large industry that could use your help with that.
Yeah.
But it's because that's a whole different topic.
Well, there's so many people that are sick and they don't know what they don't know. And it blows my mind when I'm talking to somebody, let's just take cancer, for instance, because it's so prevalent right now, that, my oncologist told me it doesn't matter what I eat, or, I'm like, what did you just say to me? Of course it matters.
Yeah.
And whether you have, a diagnosis or no diagnosis, it matters what you eat. You are what you eat and what you drink.
So I'm going to give you a great example. If people go to kicking-cancer.org, that's our website, really soon there will be a spot that says Communities, Washington, then you can go directly to Mikki's community. But there's a spot that says Request Help on our website. And I got a request in the Salem area for help. It would have been October of last year. He was having these headaches that wouldn't go away. And when he went in, he had a golf ball-sized tumor in his brain. And he has been given 6 to 12 months to live. So I'm sitting across the table from him and his wife. And immediately I'm thinking, well, he needs to talk to Mikki. But he literally he and his wife said that when they were there with that diagnosis, the doctors said, it doesn't matter what you eat, just go live your best life.
Yeah.
And they were smart to realize that cancer feeds on sugar.
Right.
And they're like, you cannot tell us it doesn't matter what you eat, because they were immediately putting sugars out of their diet. But if that's the advice you're getting from Western medicine, then you need someone like us to tell you that that's not good advice.
Yeah.
That's not good advice.
And really, anything you can do to mitigate inflammation. So sugar causes inflammation. Drinking lousy water causes inflammation. Drinking the right water with antioxidants and hydrogen in it, I can talk, reduce inflammation. And honestly, that's what the patches do, is they reduce inflammation. I just saw a study, I was thinking that when you were talking about that, where they did a before, a 3-week, and a 6-week topography scan. So what that means is it was a brain scan. And there's a lot of, gobbledygook scientific jargon. If you want the jargon, hit me up, I'll give it to you. But what I noticed with it is the colors, because it's night and day. So the first scan showed a lot of red and orange, a sign of inflammation.
Yep.
3 weeks later, it was all blue and green and yellow.
So what changed in that 3 weeks?
Inflammation.
But how'd they get the inflammation down?
The patch. That's it. That's all they changed. And there were a lot of other, things that they noticed, like less agitation, better memory, cognitive, that kind of thing. But I noticed the colors and
Sure.
really, and the reason why is because if you can reduce inflammation, that takes your body out of fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
And your body's designed to heal itself. So anything you can do to reduce inflammation, especially if it's easy, it's not stressful, it's affordable, get on that.
Yeah. And there's a phrase you just said, and I really want to kind of reinforce this phrase. Our bodies were designed to heal themselves.
Yeah. So one question that I get a lot, and I want to touch on this real quick, is will the patches interfere with anything else I'm doing?
That was my next question.
Yeah. I like to answer
there.
questions before you ask them.
Good.
And the answer is no. They will not interfere with anything. There's no contraindications at all. They're non-transdermal. And what that means is they're not transferring anything into your body. It's not a drug. It's not a chemical. It's not even a supplement. It's literally reflecting your body's own light. So there's no person that can't use them. And there's nothing that a person could do that would stop them from being able to use them. So
Right.
it doesn't matter, what supplements or drugs, pharmaceuticals, whatever you're on, all they can do is really help charge your battery.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. And that was my last question for you was, I know for me, it was inflammation in an ankle, which went away rapidly. Ironically, within a few days, I'm feeling inflammation in my right knee. So initially it was the left ankle, now it's the right knee. And then one day it became my shoulder. But it was just, inflammation throughout my body.
Right.
And I am thinking, how much will this help? How much of my body will this help? Is my first, because I'm getting all kinds of parts of my body that's helping.
Well, they say within the first hour of using them, over 4,000 genes have started to change to help themselves.
I don't want to change my genes that often. 4,000, that's a lot of genes to change.
Okay, stop it. Limited amount of time. I don't have time to scold you.
Sorry.
But I'm trying to remember all of the details, but it's a very short amount of time that your body starts to replenish itself.
Okay.
The one that sticks out to me, because people ask me a lot, Mikki, you're really healthy. Why are you using these? Well, number one, I can move my neck, which I'm really excited about because my neck always hurt. The other thing is the science has shown that within 6 months of using the patches consistently, your heart reverses in age 6 to 8 years.
Wow.
So my mother died at 54 of a heart aneurysm. My grandmother died at 54 of a heart aneurysm.
And you are past 54.
And I'm past 54. So anything like that, when I read that, I was like, sign me up, And, these are scientific studies. These aren't like, read on the internet. Like,
Right.
you can 150 patents. You can look up the patents. You can read all of the, the studies that were done. And if you don't know anything about patents, you don't get them if they don't do what they say they're going to do.
Right.
You just don't. So that really excited me because, while I haven't, gone to the doctor and had all the tests and like I don't need the fear. It's possible that I have that. It's possible that I don't. I'm going to lean into that I don't, but I'm also going to do whatever it takes to reverse it if I do.
Right.
I'm just going to act as if. And so when I read that, it struck me that I don't feel my heart. I don't know if I have that or not. And next year when I turn 58, I didn't get any heart attack or heart aneurysm or I'm not going to be disappointed.
Right. Well, I know that we are running close on time. The producers over here giving me the little signal we're running
Okay.
close. But what I do want to give our viewers out there on YouTube a chance to do is, if any of this is resonating with people, how do they get a hold of you and how do they get the patches?
Okay, good question. vibranthealthvancouver@gmail.com is the quick and easy way to get a hold of me. vibranthealthvancouver.com. You'll have all of my phone numbers, emails, everything will be on there. I am always happy to help somebody sign up with the patches. They're super easy to do. They're super affordable. They're super effective. So reach out to me on one of those, in one of those ways, and like and subscribe to this channel. You can also just comment and ask questions. We'll make sure that you get taken care of and get your questions answered.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because our viewership is growing, and so if you hit subscribe as a new episode comes out, you're going to get notification that new episode coming out. And then don't be afraid to like the shows that come out, make comments about the shows.
And if you really want to help us, share it. Share the message, share the information, share the videos, because really our mission to help people get better, feel better, have more energy, vibe higher is all dependent on our viewers and how well we are able to get this message out. I know you know people that need this, so help us help.
There's a phrase that we've used a lot down in the Salem area, and I know you used it up here too, is step one, people, save yourself. And then if each one teaches one, we just can start making changes in this world. So once again, thank you for tuning in again to our show, and tune in really soon. We'll give you some more connecting the dots piece of information.
Peace out.